not remember. Wrecker, if you...
Khalid Al'Katal.
Khalid Al'Katal, who is a high-ranking officer within the KNG hierarchy. He, from what intel is suggesting and our just kind of conclusion in command, is that he's probably one of their better lieutenants, considering where the bunkers are positioned and how fortified and how many personnel there are in the vicinity. This guy clearly knows what the fuck he's doing. Combine that with the fact that we stumbled across groups of KNG members with nods, it's a likely 100% that some portion of the garrison here does have night vision capabilities. So in lieu of that, this is basically going into a hornet's nest with peer-to-peer capabilities. So what we're going to be doing is taking the sledgehammer approach as opposed to the scalpel approach today. We are going to be doing a vehicle hit on the compound itself. The vehicle convoy will consist of 4 vehicles, 1 per team, X-ray, and an extra one in case we lose one. X-ray will be in charge of gunning for the vehicles so that drivers can be part of their team, and then you guys can get out and the guns can stay hot while you guys are doing your thing. But basically what's happening, we're going down MSR Warrior. Once we get up to the North Airfield, we'll be taking this route out, jumping over off-road for a brief moment, just so we don't have to go all the way around, and then following MSR Warrior all the way to the objective. Once we get to the T intersection here, where MSR Norseman intersects with Warrior, that'll be the 60 seconds call. When we come around this bend right here, that'll be the 30-second call, at which point SOAR will start neutralizing assets within the town of Zarath or the surrounding area. A couple things to note. Bunkers and potential camps, right? So we're going to be rolling in as heavy as we possibly can. So when we get to the airfield, we're going to take a brief moment to load up all of the vehicles with AT-4s and MAs and all of that extra shit. Because we're basically here and we're going to body up this fucking AO for a short time while we grab this guy. Once we get on target, it's pretty simple. Alpha, you'll be in the first Vic. X-ray, you'll be in the second Vic. Whoever's not gunning for the other 2. And then Bravo, you'll be in the third Vic with possibly the 4th Vic in the rear. Basic concept is we're creating a box. So this is a wall that is just northeast of the target compound. This will be our southern barrier, our southern cover, and then we're going to create west, east, and northern cover with the vehicles. Once we're on the fucking target and the vehicle's in your spot, teams dismount and push to the fucking objectives, right? Alpha, you're clearing building 13. Bravo, you're clearing the target building, which will be 10. And then Alpha, you will likely push to 14 and then into the bunker system. That is all dependent on how hot it is when we get there, right? If we have him and it's fucking miserable, we might just leave, right? But basically, we're going to go in, go right to where we want to be, and anyone who dares to fucking challenge us within that 5 to 10 minute span is going to catch an AT-4 or a minigun. Questions?
I had a question about the roster breakdown. Currently, Bravo is Thomas and myself.
So Bravo and Charlie will consolidate as per usual.
Okay, so
we're not good. Sorry.
You're going to have 3 Deltas and Gunner. Just a thought on that.
Okay. Where's Nova's here too?
King, we're not stopping at those 60 and 30-second calls, right?
No, that's just to keep air updated with the progress of the convoy. Okay, Rich, I'm gonna have you slide to the Bravo cell, and you're gonna stay above ground. So Alpha, basically the concept here is that if we can secure the compound in a quick enough time and we deem that we have enough time to go through the bunker system and conduct a little bit of extra SSE in there as well, then we're going to go for it. And Bravo, you guys are going to post up with the vehicles, with the gun trucks, and we're just going to lay hate for as long as we can. Then Alpha, you guys will have a hard hit time. It'll be like, because we're going to lose radio contact. Basically, we're going to go down and we're going to have like 5 minutes. The watch needs to be up on your screen, and you need to look at when we go down and when we come back.
Yeah, 5 minutes in game is nothing, right? You're talking 90 seconds at most.
Question on that, King. You want me to go over to Bravo? Do you want me to just stay in the gun Of the truck?
Once
we get on site?
So if we have, well, we're gonna have X-Ray be the gunners for the most part. So Wrecker, you'll be one of the gunners, and then Frost, you'll be one, and then you'll take over from me when I dip down. Crow, if you think you can manage doing both, then go for it. But I mean,
yeah, I'll see what I can do.
What's up, Wrecker?
Yeah, we were discussing potentially floating me to the team that's going to go into the tunnel for SSE and swapping somebody for a gunner seat. If you...
Stone is here, is he not?
I'm here.
Yeah, we were just going to go in both Indias so we can handle SSE just as two-man India team rather than having other people do it and they could hold security. But if we want to do it that way, that's fine too. I can stay on gun.
Well, so the other thing is hopefully we'll have Dickhead, so he will be in the gun truck with you as well.
Yeah, roger that.
Yeah, no, we don't want to double dip down there because basically, so real quick for the tunnel rat team, if you're in a stack of 5 or whatever, and the first 4 dudes get schwacked, just run back because we're never gonna know. So fuck them, they're dead. All right, come back. We need to know. That's the only time when you can abandon your friends, and it's the right thing to do. Okay, any questions on the basic plan? I mean, this is not complex.
Quick
yeah,
question. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Dutch.
Go ahead, Thomas. No, you go, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, really quick. So markers 1 and 2 on target building. Those are the 2 civilians that are with our target.
I can put those down, but I would assume so. In
Oh,
theory.
ignore those. Nope, sorry.
No.
Okay.
There's 2, last recce, there were 2 unidentified civilian contacts wearing burqas, potentially female, within the interior of the building. We do not know their position. That was me just marking the doorways. Ignore
And these
those.
aren't buildings, right, Wrecker?
Correct. I did some really recon. Those buildings are not actual buildings. Those are just rubble piles. And the only infantry I saw in and around the vicinity of that compound was southwest by building 15. There's one times like spotter, sniper, or whatever guy down here.
These might be stairs because this looks like a gate.
There's a gate right around there.
Yeah, there is a gate, but there is no, there's no wall or anything. We'll be able to traverse that, no problem. It's just like a raised up stone fucking surface.
Dutch, what's your question?
Exfil, are we taking MSR Warrior back?
Yeah,
Same
we're
way?
gonna take
Okay.
the same route back and try to make it as short
If
as
that
possible.
becomes untenable, or we push an MSR Norseman and just
So
the
if-
fucking
Yeah,
green
so
zone?
the secondary route back would be MSR Norseman. We'll make that call if we're just getting our ass beat, right? Or if whatever they're saying, Warrior is being cut off or whatever, we'll take it here and then we'll probably cut off road.
Yeah,
'Cause it
we went
seems
through the
pretty clear.
video here yesterday, and it was pretty tenable. It's
Okay.
doable. So
We'll make that call when we get there. But yeah, be
Okay.
prepared. Nothing is quite set in stone, but in theory, we'll be using Warrior to get back.
all right.
Is any let's see. Yeah,
CJ.
CJ.
LZ Black or Kazakh location from on-site location?
So I've let the Echoes decide, and I'll kind of have them get with the pilots. But basically, we're not gonna do one because we're gonna guarantee lose a bird.
Okay.
Because-
in there.
Because of the terrain, as well as the danger of this being in a bowl with commanding bunkers, even if we strike those PKMs or whatever those are, there's no guarantee that they won't have commanding fire of the locale. As a result, if we, at least in my opinion, if we try to put a bird on the ground, we're risking at that point a fallen angel plus additional casualties. I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. That being said, we're going to have AH-6s that can potentially rip people off and in absolute extremis.
Roger. So primary Kazakh would be by vehicle, secondary by air?
Honestly, not even secondary by air. We're talking tertiary by
Roger
air.
that.
There is no secondary in practice. We're going to have to do this organic, in my opinion.
Roger that.
Stone, what was your question?
Yeah, so, Wrecker, is there any possible way that we can confirm the bunker entrance, or is it right on that mark?
It's right on that mark within a shaded-in building. The reason that we believe that to be the case is due to the fact that it's like concreted into the side of the surface of the main compound structure.
Gotcha.
Very out of place for that village, as everything else is adobe mud brick. So that's where the intel is coming from on that one. So it's gonna be a crapshoot on what's in there.
Copy. And then the second thing is, in this big blue circle here, on the recce last night, we did observe at least one gun truck following MSR Warrior and then cutting up MSR Norseman and then coming back down through this hillside. So it is possible that we run into a gun truck on our approach. Just
So if we run into a gun truck, we're gonna liquidate that target and just fucking step on it.
Yeah, can confirm activity of a gun truck on that MSR, as well as some spotty patrols that tend to either go on the road and stay on the road or deviate from the path and then come back to it. I'll mark, I know, with a blue marker right now. I'm tracking one right now.
Barring a casualty or disabled vehicle, we are pushing to this objective and getting in, getting out. You know, again, we'll determine how long we have on station for you guys to push that bunker and make SSE. Prost and I have agreed that we'll kind of, you know, gauge the field when we're there and determine what that time is. But just be aware that we're not planning on being here that long. 6.
Yeah, that gun truck, I had eyes on it last night. It is an SPG, so it's a high threat to ground vehicles. So if you can dispatch it quickly, I would do so. If not,
so if you guys could just give a look to MSR Warrior before we get there, and if that's a problem, we might have to have you conduct an early strike on that.
Frank, can you do that?
Yep.
Okay. And I haven't even briefed these guys on the modified airplane yet, by the way, so we can do that in a minute.
But that's pretty much it. Gunner.
If we do go down in the tunnel, do you want an extra Charlie going down with it or no?
Nope, I want the teams to stay the same.
Understood.
You're going to be the Charlie, so the Bravos, I want you working on fucking suppressing fire in conjunction with the gun trucks. And then Charlies, I want you fucking AT-4s or Mazes. Right? If that bunker shoots at us, blow it up. That's going to be the strat. Okay. Any other questions?
We're taking the GMVs, correct?
I don't know.
We got 3 12-45s and 2 GMVs. Yes.
Okay.
So we'll probably only be taking 3 or 4 of those vehicles, but we'll be going at so we'll be flying out at night, like probably or early morning, like probably 02, 03. We're going to try to time it to where we roll up onto objective at the break of dawn, so that it's not quite nod necessary. So the peer-to-peer, basically, if they have nods and we have nods, then no one can see. Right? That's kind of where we're at. So we might as well just go when we can see without nods, at least to some degree. So we're going to try to get there on station right at the break of dawn, but that is obviously a touchy timing thing.
You want me pushing with Bravo for this? Since
yeah, so you'll be rolling with Bravo.
All right.
Okay. Any questions? All right. Bub, because your team is Delta heavy, I'm going to have you kind of take over the team lead role and kind of stick you with just 2 Deltas. And we'll also have Nova and Alpha.
Confirm.
Copy that.
Okay. Any other questions?
Just want to make sure I can go over the airplane before everyone breaks.
Yeah, go ahead and send it.
Okay. Here it is. Here's the big change from what's briefed is because you have vehicle staged, we're not going to need the 47. So you guys, Al will be 22B flying you guys up in a 60L, and it'll be a
That is
an administrative flight going up to the North Air Base with the 60, the DAP, and the MH or the AH6, which I'll be flying. Frank will be in the DAP. I've got a second AH6 staged up north, as well as a staging point and a FARP for us. On target, Frank is going to be setting up at Hold Point DAP. Al and myself, 2-2 and 2-1, will be Hold Point eggs in a pair of AH6s, Strike Package Alpha. Al and myself will be close in CAS, and our areas of responsibility are going to be divided by the 18 easting. If you see that on the map, I'll be responsible for targets to the west of the 18 easting, and Al will be responsible for targets east. That means of the planned targets, the priority ones, Alpha and Bravo will be my responsibility. Charlie and Delta would be Al's, and those, Al, by the way, are going to be that's the first things that have to go, those targets right there.
Okay.
And our trigger pull queue is on their 30-second call. That's when we go kinetic, by the way.
Could you go over one more time HP eggs and HP DAP, the airframes that'll be standing by?
HP eggs, 2 times AH-6 strike package alpha. That's 19 times unguided rockets and 1,300 rounds in the 50 cal GAU. The DAP will be, I think I've got it set up with a 19 APQs, laser guided, and a pair of Hellfires.
Roger that. Thank you.
And then we're going to maintain a FARP because I think we're going to need to go back for gas and bullets more than once. So we're going to make sure we have at least 1 or 2 airframes on you guys at all times because it's going to be very, very kinetic, I'm sure, when it all kicks off. And then the gun runs, the way I'm looking at it, I'm really concerned about aircraft separation. So the gun runs are going to be primarily need something.
Cut out there. Can you say that one more time?
Gun runs are going to be primarily north to south, unless you need something different or target geometry requires something different. And again, 2-2 is responsible for east of the 18 easting. I'm responsible for west of the 18 for the echoes.
Roger that.
What's Frank doing?
He's in the DAP and he's going to be slaying fools with a laser guided hotness.
What's my target set?
Okay, here it is. The 30-second call from them, which is our cue to go hot, you'll start prosecuting the pre-brief targets that are the closest to the Navajo complex. So that's going to be Delta, Charlie, Bravo, and Alpha as needed. And we'll be following up on those along with Echo and Fox. That's going to be Al's responsibility, I guess. And that's going to be primary suppression because they're rolling up hot. They're literally doing a drive-by on the building. They're driving right up.
Okay, so I will, looks like Alpha and Bravo are closest to Navajo. So I will prosecute those first, which is a mortar and a bunker mounted machine gun complex. And then once those are dispatched, switch over to Charlie and Delta.
Yeah,
that's it, Frank.
Just roll west to east, Frank, and then Echo and Foxtrot if you still got ammo.
Record,
West,
still here?
West to east?
Yeah.
Hey, sorry to interrupt you guys. Quick question on IED threats on the route coming in from the 60 to 30 all the way up to the target building. Anything on the roads we need to be worried about?
Given that in the one recce that we did, oh, actually, let me pass that off to Stone. Stone, did you confirm that there was an IED factory in that second building or no?
No, the possible IED building looked to be just a collective of enemies, possibly an enemy talk due to the amount of desks that were in there and whatnot.
Okay, roger that. So upon initial inspection, we thought there might have been an IED threat in the area, but we're going to go ahead and say that because there are enemy patrols going along those MSRs, including technicals, the imminent threat of IEDs on the road itself is probably going to be non-existent. However, we're going to want to take care and just watch when we get in and around the town, especially around that building, as there could be IEDs, closer to the building itself.
That building is on the far northeast side of the compound over here, or the town, so we shouldn't be getting anywhere near it.
Does anyone have any questions? Here, guys.
I had a couple more comments for Frank.
Oh,
guys, let's roll. Let's go.
Yeah, let me split the boys off. Go get your kit squared away. If you're on Bravo, make sure you're running fucking ammo heavy. If you're on Alpha, make sure you're ready to be a tunnel rat.
I had a question. Is there anything specific that a team leader would carry?